Can you get rid of belly fat? Hula hooping.
Gorgeous, your body has all it takes. You're going to fall madly in love with it. Let me help you. Watch till the end so you see clearly your step-by-step journey to success, and I've got some epic, helpful, doable tips for you.
These make hooping super easy. Unfortunately, if a workout is easy, it doesn't really do much, does it? So instead of a weighted hula hoop, I would choose something that makes me sweat a little and put some calories into my workout. For example, a hula hoop like this. If the world of hula hoops is confusing you a little bit, don't worry, I was in the same position when I started. I had no clue what I need. So I created a video exactly about that. I'd include the link in the description so you can check that out.
Age, lifestyle and all sorts matters when you keep comparing yourself to others, so let's see.
I only hula hoop, I don't do any other exercise, and I'm a mum over 40. I also work full-time hours at a desk, so it's super sedentary.
Getting rid of belly fat or any fat is an inside job. You have to believe in yourself.
I've put this here at the beginning because I remember when I had my daughter, I had lots of obstacles, excuses, problems in my mind that I had to overcome because I didn't have access to childcare and I had to work. In my head, it felt like the stars are lined up against me and I will never get my shape back. I remember I felt a bit sorry for myself, or I felt overwhelmed. I'm not sure how to describe that feeling, but I didn't quite feel inspired. Watching people who are working out for hours and hours during the day because that's their job, like they are an influencer or a fitness instructor, and they have the time and the facilities and all that to exercise all day when I can't. So then what do I do? For me, it was inspirational to see people who were in similar situations, who were also working sedentary hours, who also had childcare to worry about, and all that jazz. So hopefully this is going to be all good news and it will get you all pumped and ready to go.
How long, how often, what hula hoop, all these details I always get asked, so here they go.
Rightio, so just for the record, I hula hoop 6 times a week. I have 1 rest day every week.
It is 45 minutes each time while my daughter is talking to me, eating next to me or hooping with me.
I'm not dieting, I don't count calories, but I eat fairly healthy, natural, I suppose. We love to bake together with my daughter and we eat what we bake. And I don't want to compete in fitness anymore and do any of that jazz. So I'm too old to deprive myself. I like to enjoy life, but I like to also be a very good role model. I eat the way I would like my daughter to eat.
So my top tip, eat like you would feed your own child. Don't deprive yourself, nourish yourself.
I think that describes my nutrition the best. So we enjoy treats, but most of the time we try and make sure that we really satisfy our muscles and bones and joints and brains and everything. I do not have a facility where I can train, so I work out from home because I don't even have time to go anywhere. Although my work is sedentary now, I work at a desk, but I used to compete in fitness. 10 years ago exactly, I wore the same bikini and I won. Even I can't believe that.
Because I started hooping completely unfit as an adult, overweight, had no clue about fitness. I didn't even want to exercise, but I bumped into hooping and I knew nothing even about what kind of hula hoop I need, what moves I should try first. But it got me started. It completely transformed my physique and my whole life. So much so that even though the beginnings did not look pretty, I ended up becoming a personal trainer, a fitness coach, circus, acrobat, fire entertainer. If you told me all this back then, I probably would have asked what you're smoking, darling.
Before I got pregnant with my daughter, I was a hula hooper and I wanted to put hula hooping on a professional stage. And that is why I went on to compete in fitness. I wanted to show that you can gain decent amount of muscle mass and you can get lean and you can be very fit. I had to do things like elements of power, elements of strength, elements of flexibility. I had to demonstrate these different skills on stage, as well as doing my quarter turns, and I won first place. It was in London in 2013. So I hope you're excited because it's good news, isn't it? You can build lean muscle and you can burn fat.
Hold your horses though, it does matter how you work out with your hula hoop and some other stuff.
Belly fat is kind of important. I wanted originally to talk about visceral fat and subcutaneous fat, but you would click away immediately because I would go too much into detail, and I would talk about health. Because where you are holding onto fat in your body actually gives a lot of information about your well-being. Of course, genetics play a role as well as lifestyle. My body likes to hold on to fat about here, so that includes my belly as well, everything below that. And originally I wanted to talk about visceral fat and subcutaneous fat, but nobody would watch that because that has to do lots with health.
Still, it's important and you should be interested in it because maybe exercise on its own is not enough.
Because if you hold on to lots of belly fat, unfortunately that indicates problems, and that's why your doctor, so your healthcare provider, would be interested in your waist to hip ratio. Because if you're holding on to lots of fat and you accumulate it in this area, then they can use that information as well as other things. For example, your blood sugar levels and your blood pressure, your resting heart rate, cholesterol levels, things like that, so that they are able to figure out what is going on. Sometimes there's underlying causes why people are holding on to fat in certain areas of their body. Hormonal changes play a huge role in this, but not just when you're a female approaching menopause, but also things like cortisol, which I think gets talked about more and more, but it's absolutely true. If you're suffering from a lot of stress, it doesn't have to be just work or just your kids, but even stress like not getting enough fresh air, not getting enough sunshine, eating foods that your body doesn't really agree with too much, lots of processed food, for example, or even not getting enough exercise. Stress can actually come from so many different ways that increases our cortisol levels. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and that makes us hold on to more fat around the midsection. But exercise almost helps you to optimize your hormones.
Good news, sweetheart, it's not just hooping. Any exercise helps. Woohoo!
If you're overstressed, your body will be forever full of tension, and exercise will be able to calm you down a little bit so that you won't experience that much anxiety and you won't be so full of tension. Exercise makes you more chill. Anyways, there's quite a lot to cover because I think there's lots of things going on that mess up our brains when it's about getting fit and burning the fat and the belly fat. There's bad news, but also there's good news. Good news? You don't have to be able to do this to lose the belly fat. Or this, you don't need to be able to do any of this stuff. But these are the kind of things that I do to keep in shape. Alright, yeah, so how is this useful to you, right? On the internet, you would see people who are waist hula hooping or doing 7-minute body weight, no equipment, at-home exercises, and they are looking absolutely shredded, telling you that you can look like that too if you do their workout. And it's actually true because it is a beginner workout. That's how you start when you are unfit first. And maybe you have some extra weight, some fat that you may want to burn. You've got to start somewhere. You cannot start off as an Olympic champion or a fitness model or professional ballerina. So it does help if someone who has been in your shoes shows you how to get started so that you can get going. You can start making small changes. You can start walking the journey that will take you to that super fit, hot smoking body that you're dreaming about.
Let me show you how to make your journey lead you to success if you choose to use a hula hoop.
What I'm trying to achieve with this video is, even if you're a complete beginner, you will have a rough idea of where you can start off and which direction you need to be heading so that you don't plateau, but you keep seeing results with your hula hooping, because it is more like a journey. And this journey is super available to you. No one starts at the destination. So if you tend to talk yourself out of things because you're unfit or you're overweight or whatever, I know, I hear these stories on a daily basis, but that is how we all start really. So maybe from the outside, it looks like everyone else's life is pink and fluffy and perfect and easy, just not yours. Believe me, everyone is fighting their battles. I really hope that the next few minutes will help you feel inspired to fight your battles, and then all those challenges and obstacles and weight that you feel that is pulling you down is going to feel easy, light, playful and effortless, because hooping will make it so. So let's see!
Already, I would like to point out there are some factors that may interfere with how fast you're going to progress with your journey and what you can achieve. For example, mental readiness. If you, for example, just had been cheated on by your boyfriend and he left you, then you're going to be super ready and you're going to go for it all. Or if you're like I was and you found yourself with a newborn baby as a single mum having to work, you will have lots and lots of stories and obstacles, excuses, which can be super legit, I agree, but they may take a bit of time for you to process and overcome. And your current fitness level matters. If you've just been watching Netflix for the last few years, you will see results quickly even if you start standing up. If you have been doing some Keep Fit classes, just starting to hula hoop, doing simple basic stuff is not going to be fireworks and all that. And that links to lifestyle. So if you, for example, have a super sedentary job and you tend to do crochet and bake cakes, okay, you will immediately start seeing results even if you just do a little bit of hooping. But if you're fairly physically active, chasing your kid at the playground and maybe gardening, you will not see results that so quickly. It will take a bit more effort. And your age matters. Kids, they are absolutely built and programmed to change their body and to learn. The older we are, the longer it takes us to learn and to change. So be patient. You can still do it. It will be easy and exciting if you just don't stay in one spot. And that is very important to remember, this ladder, that if you plateaued, it means you're camping on that one step of that ladder that you could be climbing, but your body can really easily climb further if you push it, and it will get you more and more results. You have all it takes, you can absolutely do it. So let's see how.
Of course, I've got no clue who is watching, so I don't know how fit you are and what skills you have, but I suppose you want to learn how to increase the intensity so that you can burn the fat. Sure, if it's a struggle to keep a hoop going at all, start off with the easiest hula hoop to keep going, which is the weighted hula hoop. Or there's also the smart hula hoops, which are even easier because they don't even go down. Once that feels easy, don't just stay comfortable, because when you're super comfy and you don't even get sweaty and you still look cute at the end of your workout, that's not an effective workout if you want to get shredded. So what you do is that you reach out for something slightly smaller, slightly lighter. This is an HDPE hula hoop. About how to choose the best hoop, I do have videos on this channel. Do have a look if you're not sure. This hoop will make it a battle to keep it up after you've been using a smart hoop or a weighted hoop. This is going to get you sweaty. When this is not getting you sweaty anymore, move your arms about. When that's easy, you start moving your legs also. When that is easy, you actually travel. Of course, it depends on the amount of space you have, but you can move forward and back, side to side. When that is easy, try and aim for angles. You can get your hula hoop tilted all over the place. And when you have to change the angle of the hula hoop at which it spins, that will increase the intensity immediately. Next, when that's easy, you make your hula hoop travel up and down your body, because probably you figured out to let it go down is easy. So the down part, that's not a problem, but to bring it up from somewhere low, let's say from your hips up to the waist, that's going to be hard. And if you can practice bringing it from your waist maybe to your shoulders or chest, that's going to be hard too. So I would work on those moves. When this is easy, you can start doing some off-body moves as well. And the reason for that is when you switch between the on-body and off-body moves, that suddenly makes hooping hard because you're not able to live off that momentum that you generated from the start, but you have to keep regenerating momentum all the time, giving your hula hoop pushes here and there and everywhere so the hoop does what you want it to do. When all these feel easy, I would practice balancing moves, because when you have to balance, it's a lot more effort when you're just resting on your ligaments. So you will be using more muscle trying to stabilize your body so that you don't face plant. That you can do with the hoop going around your waist, also going around your arms and hands, or around your legs. So there's huge amounts of moves that you can do with the hula hoop that will help you do fantastic, entertaining, balancing moves that will help you boost your core strength. You will burn the fat, don't you worry about that. After a while, you will be ready for weight-bearing exercises for your arms, for shoulders, for your core. it's not very economical to be like this. Your body as a human likes to be standing upright. This is why to start off hula hooping, standing, waist hula hooping is the easiest thing to do, because for your whole life your body has been training for that and figured out how to be the most economical moving that way. So as soon as you start going down on the floor, it will be super challenging and hard. This is why even a regular plank in a gym, in a regular workout, is challenging, because your body is not used to holding itself like that.
As you keep climbing the ladder and you get fitter, you can start reducing compensations and introduce inhibitions so that you can become more flexible, more powerful. Get your core stronger and stronger so you can do more challenging, more advanced moves. And those I do not because I want to make it hard. It's because I know that the body gets used to the easy stuff, and step by step I make it slightly harder so that in a year or 2 years you can do some wicked wild moves that you never even dreamt about. I never imagined I could do any of this stuff. If I had to do any of this when I started hooping, I would have died on the spot, not joking. None of this is to scare you or for showing off. It is to inspire you. This is what I do on my website. I start with people who are complete beginners, and very gradually, step by step, I get them fitter and we climb that ladder together. Still, you do not need my exact ladder and you don't need me to hold your hands. You can absolutely do it. These ladder steps I just show you so that if you're feeling frustrated and stuck, there's a way out. Just enjoy your journey. Climb that ladder and don't get frustrated and start pulling your hair out if you're stuck in one place. Just move on a little bit, climb as high as you like, see how far you can go, because you have all it takes. Your body is amazing.
Remember at the start I promised you I have a hula hoop guide video to help you choose the best one for you? It's here.